Fire department paramedics found writer and comedian Richard Pryor wandering dazed and badly burned over the upper half of his body near his Los Angeles area home last night. When he first arrived at the Sherman Oaks Hospital, officials gave him only 1 chance in 3 to survive. As his condition stabilized today, circumstances of the accident which hospitalized him remained cloudy. Harold Dow reports.
Richard Pryor remains in critical condition tonight. Doctors describe the 39-year-old comedian as lucid and say they're encouraged by early treatment, but refuse to estimate Pryor's chance for survival.
His body functions have stabilized. By the very fact that he has done well his first night, the doctors and the staff at Sherman Oaks Burn Center are encouraged.
Officials, reporters, and onlookers gathered in front of Pryor's home today. Police and firemen finally scaling a fence to check the house for evidence of a butane cigarette lighter which might have exploded, setting Pryor's clothes on fire. They didn't find it, nor did they find any chemicals which they suspected might have been mixed with cocaine to produce a narcotic high, something known in drug circles as freebasing.
Pryor told the doctor at the burn ward at the hospital last night that he had used freebase, which is a combination of cocaine and ether. And when he ignited it, whether it was on cigarette, we don't know, the ether exploded, causing his clothes to be engulfed in flames.
Pryor is a highly popular, uninhibited, and controversial comedian who has starred in his own TV show and a variety of movies, such as Car Wash. He wrote several others. With his zany, streetwise humor, Richard Pryor has become one of the country's best-known comics. But the road to that success was filled with many challenges. The biggest one he faces now, staying alive. Harold Dow, CBS News, Los Angeles.
I'm Russ Mitchell. It was on stages like this, in small clubs, that Richard Pryor changed the course of comedy and almost destroyed himself in the process. In a profession littered with human wreckage, there have been few show business declines to equal his. Now, in Richard Pryor's brutally honest style, he tells the story in a new book, Pryor Convictions and Other Life Sentences. Unlike other comedians, he didn't tell jokes. He told often scathing, outrageous stories.
You ever notice how nice white people get when there's a bunch of niggas around? Right, they get outside, they talk to everybody, right? They say, hi, how you doing? I don't know you, but here's my wife. Hello.
Look, big fan of yours. Do you get tired of hearing that from people?
No. I get tired of hearing you're under arrest.
That's right, we bad.
Pryor's brand of raw, explicit humor reflected his childhood. He grew up at the edge of crime, in a house of prostitution his family ran in Peoria, Illinois. This is how the scene looked in his semi-autobiographical movie, JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Called.
You want your ass whooped? No!
In spite of an overpowering, self-destructive streak, his minor skirmishes with the law, and his near-fatal addictions to alcohol, cocaine, and women, Pryor became one of Hollywood's highest-paid, most sought-after stars.
It was fun remembering.
Is it sad at all?
Yeah. I can't do that no more. I can't do that.
No, you can't be as physical.
Richard Pryor can't do that because 9 years ago, he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a chronic disabling disease of the central nervous system.
This MS thing kind of put me on the side because you can't be bad with no MS.
The cause is unknown. There is no proven cure. Pryor fights fatigue, loss of muscle control.
I fight with myself about getting up. It takes me a long time to rouse myself out of bed.
He's humbled. I mean, MS has definitely humbled him. And I also think has kept him alive, which is an irony of ironies.
It's forced him to slow down.
And look at his life. Don't smoke, sweetheart. Not when you're going to eat.
Jennifer Lee has been part of Pryor's life on and off for almost 20 years. Now she organizes his routine, the friends who visit.
Where'd you get this?
He gave it to me.
Comedian Paul Mooney, a former writing partner, each week brings his own prescription for Pryor.
I was a billionaire.
We're getting there.
And Jennifer schedules Pryor's exacting physical therapy sessions, 3 afternoons a week.
Let's go ahead and bend your leg up towards your chest.
Scary, man, to be fighting people about them trying to help you.
1.
Please, you're killing me. I hate what you're doing here. Don't do this to me.
Raise your hips up.
As painful as this appears, he is no stranger to pain.
I thought we was going to take it easy.
Pryor is a recovering drug addict who still drinks martinis.
How many would you say you have a week?
Maybe 5.
Richard, that's not true.
Okay. So what's true, Jenny?
He's a 54-year-old survivor of a massive heart attack and quadruple bypass surgery in 1991 who insists on smoking.
Smoking again. Jenny would not be happy.
Have you ever had anyone tell you go f*** yourself?
Yes. Am I having someone tell me that again?
I have a feeling maybe.
You need to eat, Richard. You didn't have breakfast.
Jennifer Lee has also made it her responsibility to see that Richard Pryor speaks the truth and deals with his past.
Jenny, all these women you say I've been with, but I don't remember.
Jennifer remembers. You see, she and Pryor were married in 1981 and divorced a year later. They had no children. She is one of Pryor's 6 ex-wives. They are no longer romantically involved, and Jennifer is here during the day only. They watch a lot of TV, especially the O.J. murder trial.
I watch O.J., and I see where I could have been. You see that trial? We're not on it.
There you go.
Or one of us.
Or one of us. Yeah, it would have been you on trial, honey.
Why? Why you think that?
Because you almost killed me.
I know, but you almost killed me.
I never pulled a gun on you. I never gave you stitches.
Well, why'd you do that, Richard?
Because I was angry.
There were 5 bullets in the chamber. You blew off 3. You were crazy on dope. And you followed me into the kitchen, cocked the trigger, and there were 2 bullets left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One for you, one for me.
Yeah.
Oh, let's maybe one for you.
I wasn't Richard's victim. I stayed, you know. I was a volunteer. After once, you're a volunteer.
Why did you stay?
I was a battered woman. I'd get punched and bloody and drive myself to the hospital to get stitched up and think I was some sort of cowgirl, like proving something.
How routine was that he would punch you, slap you, whatever?
It was daily.
But how do you change a man who grew up in an atmosphere where abusing women was normal behavior? A man who is just learning to be a father to his 6 children and grandfather to another.
Hi, dude!
Rain Pryor is one of his daughters.
Very good.
She is an actress who made her stand-up comedy debut a few days before our visit.
I thought, oh my God, I got to go up there, and those are big shoes to fill.
Rain wants advice.
And I have a tape recorder. That's my new thing.
And then you go home and work on
and
it.
her father's attention.
And build or cut or whatever.
Growing up, did you like your dad?
No. There wasn't anyone there. Now there is that person. I love him.
Macho Man!
Richard Pryor has not been an easy man to love. For nearly 30 years, his first love was cocaine.
How much you want? A kilo.
You and Richard did tremendous amounts of cocaine.
I did it so bad, dope dealers tried not to sell me nothing.
At times, he was spending between $250,000 and $500,000 a year. One year, he spent $1 million.
Why do you think you became so dependent on drugs?
Because they were there.
He had that hole inside himself that he couldn't fill with anything else. And that was the only way to fill it up, to not have to face the pain.
June 9th, 1980, Pryor had been freebasing for days, dangerously processing cocaine to smoke in a water pipe. Again, this from the movie, JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling.
The story that he told the press was this happened while he was freebasing. Why did he do that?
That was the sort of Hollywood machine working. Let's not mess up the paycheck. Let's keep the money machine intact.
Sure.
I'm going to tell you all the truth tonight.
But for years, Pryor never revealed the truth. The original story was that while freebasing, his lighter had exploded. The truth is, he wanted to kill himself.
I got on my knees and begged him not to do it.
My interpretation is that I was talking to God. I said, I'm going to set myself on fire, God. He said, no, you're not. You don't do stuff like that. And so that's why I did it. See? I kept saying that. See? And I actually did.
What Richard Pryor did was pour alcohol on himself and ignite it. Fire! He jumped from his window and ran down the street on fire.
Fire kind of gets you sober real quick. I'm glad I'm alive at all.
Third-degree burns on 50% of his body.
I was watching TV one night and they said I had died. And they said,
Richard Pryor died 5 minutes ago.
Do you remember the first thing you said to him when you saw him in the hospital?
I told him at the joke they were making about him.
Which was?
When you strike a match and said, what's this?
Richard Pryor running down the street.
If you turn the pain in your life into comedy, if you make people laugh, does it lessen the pain?
For that moment, laughs are great, healer of pain. But the laugh is over, and there's the pain again.
Jennifer Lee says she has grown out of the pain she and Pryor caused each other. So today, the story of Richard Pryor is also the story of Jennifer Lee.
How would you describe your relationship with Richard now?
Complicated.
Why do you think she's here?
At first, I thought money, power, prestige. Now, I think out of guilt.
People are going to say, Jennifer, this man beats you time and time again. He threatened to kill you.
Yeah.
These aren't small things here, though.
No.
Guy pulling a gun on you and threatening to shoot you. That's a major issue.
He can't lift a gun too well right now, and all the guns are out of the house anyway. And, you know, there is such a thing as forgiveness.
Now, I'm sorry, Jenny, that I ever hurt you. I wish I'd have known better. I wouldn't have.
We were young and stupid.
We were young. You were stupid.
Do you trust her?
No. I trust what I've seen so far. That's all I can say.
You're wondering, what could she be after?
Yeah.
Would you like another walk and then lunch?
Okay, dear.
Ultimately, Jennifer Lee says she is after the rehabilitation of her former husband to help him find the strength to work again and fight his addiction.
Do you use cocaine at all?
Not a taste.
Do you ever worry that you'll slip and want to smoke crack again?
It won't be a slip.
It won't be a slip.
No. I'll just smoke it. That's all, period.
What's your dream role right now?
I try not to dream. It hurts.
It hurts to dream?
Yeah, if you can't do nothing, it hurts to dream.
This is Jerry Bowen in Los Angeles. Comedian actor Richard Pryor was edgy and outrageous, a combination of shock and awe on stage and in film. A black performer embraced by white America, especially back in the 1970s and 80s when he was a huge mainstream star.
The first people on the earth were black people. We was the first one to say, where the am I?
And how do you get to Detroit?
Pryor emerged from poverty in Peoria, Illinois, a life depicted in his autobiographical movie, JoJo Dancer. Raised in a brothel his grandmother ran and his mother worked in as a prostitute. His life, the pain and the pleasure, became material for his comedy routine.
Boy, what's that you putting up your nose?
I say cocaine, Mom.
Jesus, God, take me now, Lord, take me now.
He exposed mixed audiences to things blacks said only among themselves. Raw, sensational material for its time.
Spear chucker.
White trash.
Jungle bunny.
Hunky.
Spade.
Hunky, hunky.
Especially when he took it to television.
Nigger. Dead hunky.
His personal life was an endless train wreck. 6 marriages and divorces, run-ins with the IRS, an admitted addiction to cocaine and alcohol.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, man. When that fire hits your ass, that will sober your ass up quick.
Pryor nearly died in 1980 when he set himself afire freebasing cocaine. Admitting years later, he was trying to commit suicide. Yet for all his self-destructive behavior, Pryor influenced a generation of stand-up comics, black and white. On film, he made comedy magic with Gene Wilder.
It'll never work. Never. What, are you afraid it won't come up? Oh, that's a good joke.
I'm not through.
In 1995, he even turned the awful reality of the multiple sclerosis he'd struggled with since 1986 into an Emmy-nominated performance.
Laughs are great. Healer of pain. But the laugh is over, and there's the pain again.
And yesterday, after years of failing health, Richard Pryor died of a heart attack. He was 65, and his punchline was his life.